Hey there, GISers. It's Angela. I'm really excited to share with you this next step into GIS, and that's downloading ArcGIS Pro. Now, when we down ArcGIS Pro, we kind of graduate into this next level. And this next level brings some differences, and maybe we might say some challenges, but man, they're worth it. One of the most important features of this is if you've previously used a Mac or a non Windows computer, you're not going to be required to use a Windows computer. So, one of the main features about ArcGIS Pro is that we're going to be downloading it onto our computer. With ArcGIS Online, it was online. We could use any sort of operating system. Now, when downloading ArcGIS Pro, you're going to need a Windows based computer. You might have one, someone, roommate might have one. Even better yet, if you don't have one, you can check one out through Clackamas Community College. Please let me know if I can help you with that so we can get started on that within this week. This first week is an amazing time to do that. Let me know ASAP, and you and we can make that happen. So, you've got your Windows based PC, and let's say you've taken a course already with us with Clackamas, like, for example, GIS 201. If you took GIS 101 and now you're taking, say, 205 and 202, you're going to need to kind of start over again with the basic of your username and your password. If you've already taken GIS 201, you already have the login credentials that you need. So, this next step here is going to include both directions. For those of you who don't already have a Clackamas login for ArcGIS Online, and for those of you who do. So, for example, for those of you who don't already have access to ArcGIS Online, you sign in, click here, we're on the page arcgis.com, click sign in, and it's going to bring you to the login page. So here, if you notice, I'll back up. It'll say username. So your username to start off with is going to be your last name. So let's say my last name is Armin. So it'll be Armin dot Angela. Oh, can I spell? The same will go for you. Use your last name dot Angela. And if you're like, well, how does she know what name I use for my first and my last name? Whatever is going to be on your email. So there's some of us, let's say, for example, that our name is Joshua. And you'll say, do I use Josh or Joshua? Please use whatever name you have registered with the college. If your name doesn't look like this, for example, it could be like the last name O'Day or McCormick or something that's a little more nuanced. If it is not as straightforward as this process looks, I go and I send you what your username is if it's anything different than this. For example, if we have people who might have the same first and last name, some of you might have to have a one at the end, but don't worry about that. I will send you that different username if needed. When you first log on, your password is going to be Clackamas with a capital C, LACKMAS 2022, because that's the first year that I started here at Clackamas, exclamation point. Once you log in, it is going to ask you for a new password. For those of you who already have this all locked in, go ahead and log in using the same credentials that you did for GIS 201. So we're going to get signed in. Now, for those of you who are logging on for the first time, the initial page you're going to see is going to ask you to please start using a new password. That way, no one else has your password and you know your credentials only. Then you're going to come onto this page. Now, for those of you who have already utilized ArcGIS.com, you're going to be familiar with this landing page. Obviously, my landing page is different. Now, what is going to happen is we're all going to be on the same base at this point. We've all logged on using our username and our password. We come to this landing page. Now is going to be the point where I show you how to download ArcGIS Pro. You're going to come over to your name here. You're going to click on it, and you're going to come down to My Settings. Click on My Settings. And here on the left-hand side, you're going to notice three options: General, Security, and Licenses. Click on Licenses. You're going to scroll down here. You'll notice here that your role says Student, mine says Administrator. You're going to scroll all the way down here to Licensed Products that you and I have access to. Come down here to this option that says ArcGIS Pro, not ArcGIS Pro extensions. Come to ArcGIS Pro, and you're going to click Download ArcGIS Pro. What you're going to notice at that point in time, it's going to prompt you, what version do I want to download? Whatever version pops up here initially is the version that you're going to want to download. So English 3.0.3, and you download that. It will start downloading on your computer. Go ahead and at that point, follow the instructions. It might take a little bit of time depending on the state of your computer. I use a pretty amped up gaming computer, so things happen fairly quickly on my computer. So it looks like I've only got a few minutes left. Then at that point, I make sure to save on my desktop, ArcGIS Pro, my icon down here on my toolbar at the bottom, depending on what computer you have. Save it on your desktop, save it on your toolbar. That is really a most helpful clue. Now, and if any point you have any roadblocks or hurdles in this process, contact me immediately. So remember, for those of you who already have ArcGIS.com access, use the login credentials that we already have used for GIS 201. And for those of you, I'm going to sign out again so we can go through this again. For those of you who don't, well, thank you. ArcGIS.com, come to the landing page, click sign in. Your username will be your last name, first name. And the first time you log in, your password will be Clackamas with a capital C, first C, 2022, exclamation mark. And I also have this outlined in written instructions as well. You'll click sign in. It will ask you at that point to please make a new password, which you will do. And then you will continue the steps that I showed you in order to download ArcGIS Pro. After you've downloaded ArcGIS Pro, take a screenshot of your landing page, go ahead and upload that to our assignment, and you're good to go. And if you're not good to go, don't worry. Contact me immediately through the various methods, my email, my phone number, and I can't wait to meet you.